What the heck is
Like,
this?
like some people I know, bro.
Like I said, is a show, cheap budget, and they're not
Who you know,
try to-
Chris? Who you know, Chris?
You.
Sean, Xenoverse.
We know what real cheaters look like. I'm talking about cheese.
Gonna get sticky. Oh,
Yo, I do not look like this guy.
It was a show of a worse quality or same quality.
If they was gonna do a Megamind sequel, they should have did one like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years or even 5 years after that shit.
They probably been planning on doing it for a while.
Doing it 20 years later, it's just like, why? Especially if you can't even get the
Yo,
actors, like,
they should have treated Megamind like they did Monsters vs. Aliens, where they made a movie. They had a series literally right after.
Yeah,
but I guess they flopped on that one. I didn't even know they had a Megamind 2. And when I saw it, I was like, yo, this shit looks lame.
It's terrible.
Alright, but let me get into this video. Group versus Megamind. Honestly, you know, we always gotta get to the parts where they talk about defeats. Before we start, I just want to say my speculation. Well, speculating on how the fight will go, and primarily, I feel like when it comes to physical, Group beats Megamind. When it comes to physical screen, but Megamind has like better gadgets. That's what I'm breaking on. Megamind has better gadgets. Cause no, let's look at it like this: Groot does not create GRU, right? He doesn't create his own inventions. His scientist does. Megamind actually creates his own inventions, and he does it from scraps. So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
In the physical category, Groot beats Megamind, but in the inventions, Megamind has him in that sense because he does it himself instead of having someone else do it for him.
Right, but you're also forgetting one major factor. Gru got minions, bro.
Yeah, and
they're not gonna bring out the minions.
I guarantee they would.
They are.
It depends on if they do.
They are, but the minions. I can see the minions being I can see the minions being the fighting factor, but at the same time, it's between Groot and Megamind. Like the minions aren't gonna be much of a factor when it comes to them 1v1 each other.
I don't know, bro. Because
the thing about Megamind that you know, since I haven't seen the Death Battle, what I could see happening is because, like, you remember in the movie he was able to use his ray to transform himself into what's that nigga named Metro Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he basically had like a lot of the same powers as Metro Man, and niggas didn't even notice and what if he were to use one of those abilities against Gru? Like, Gru would just somehow have
but the
fucking dragon or whatever, and he could just copy that shit or something like that.
Yeah, but that's just like an illusion. Versus, I mean, we never seen Megamind take the actual thing. You know, the serum that becomes Metro Man. Like you become a Metro Man. They can. I can see them doing that, but
they usually bring up abilities or things they've done to themselves, or if they wouldn't do it. He might have made it, but he never took it himself, and he only made one.
Yeah. So, but I don't want to like. You can say what you gotta say, Chris, but I don't want to like deep dive into it until we see like the information that they're gonna provide us.
The reason why I'm gonna just say the minions probably gonna be the major factor here is because if we remember, the minions been there since the dawn of time, basically, damn near. So these little niggas, like, whenever Gru need help, they low key got the weapon on them for some reason. They just do. Like, there's a scene where in the ship when they're shrinking, them boys whipped out a big ass gun, bro. I feel like the minions gonna probably definitely be like the ass fool for real. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going.
With wing-mounted machine guns, a rocket thruster that can escape the Earth's atmosphere, and a whole lot of
make sure.
Okay, make sure the stream can see.
Despite the impressive firepower, Gru's go-to weapon seems to be his freeze ray, which can encase most people in ice with a single shot.
With his gadgets and gusto combined, and a little teaching from the School of Ability, Gru started making strides in the underworld of evil. He swiped the crown jewels when he was only a kid, nabbed the New York City Jumbotron just for fun, and even stole both the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty.
From Las Vegas.
Yeah, Gru was bad, but he wasn't good at being bad. A lot of his schemes kind of blew up in his face.
The line dividing genius from moron is a thin one. Just look at us.
Oh yeah, my back hurts from carrying all the genius between us.
Regardless, while GRU may not have been the infamous villain he'd hoped, he did earn the loyalty of a few guys.
Guys?
Yeah, guys, like little guys. There's Kevin, Bob, Stuart, Otto, Billy, Larry, John, Liam, Chad.
Oh, the Minions! And that's not just their role, it's the actual name of their species.
Right, the Minions have existed since the dawn of life itself, over 3 billion years ago, and they all follow one instinct: to serve the biggest, baddest, most despicable villain they can find.
T-Rexes, Count Dracula, AI artists, whatever evil
The AI artists.
little eyes on, or just one eye. But finding their big boss was the easy part. Keeping them, not so much.
The amount of times the Minions have incidentally caused the death of their own bosses is staggering.
Those Minions are. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The Minions are ops, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
They're like self ops, bro. Like what?
They straight demons, bro.
That's crazy.
They serve someone, their master dies.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, what the freak happened? Oh, Larry accidentally shot
The
him.
Minions witnessed GRU's villainy firsthand and decided that he would be the next big boss they follow.
It worked out like PB&J, because like GRU, these guys do machines.
The Minions invented the fly swatter centuries before humans did. They somehow crafted light bulbs and instruments while living in the Arctic. So, naturally, building GRU's absolutely massive evil lair proved a simple task.
They're geniuses. They once pulled off a jailbreak by building a flying machine out of prison.
I'm sorry, I did not watch Despicable Me 4.
I did, bro. I'm telling you, the Minions, they
I did not watch Despicable Me 4. That's crazy. Wow. I know they're indestructible. That's when you brought them up, I was thinking about it. They are indestructible. Like there's literally nothing that can kill them. And then they got another form where if they get ejected by some serum that evil guy created in Despicable Me 3, they become crazier. So
it was wasn't it Despicable Me 2 he did that?
2?
I think it was two or three.
It was two. Because that's when he met like his freaking wife.
And then I believe Despicable Me 4, or I think there's a fifth one. I don't know. I might be wrong.
There's 4.
Yeah, 4, right? Them niggas have superpowers. They're basically bootleg Fantastic Four, bro.
Wasn't it just only those 4?
Well, they had karate. It was like karate powers or some shit. That was the prequel. It was the prequel of Despicable Me.
No. What Chris mentioned is one of the Despicable Me sequels.
No, it's a prequel. It's a prequel. Remember? So it's when GRU was little.
Yeah,
but they don't use that. They don't use that later on.
Okay.
No, I'm saying so there's Minions and Minions 2. Minions is when they first met, and they met Kid GRU, and then Minions 2 is when Kid GRU was trying to get into the villain organization by doing some evil things, and that's when the Minions had to upgrade themselves and being bad or whatever. It was something similar to that, but that's where they got the karate powers from that Chris is talking about. Well, hold on.
I'm talking superpowers, not karate powers. They got superpowers.
No, they were modified with having powers like the Fantastic Four.
One has the clobber one. The other one I think goes invisible. The other one stretches, and then I think the last one was flying.
Like they literally, 4 of them literally were like just a parody of the Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay, cool. Then that's not the Minions one. That's I think that was 4.
Which most likely might just been Despicable Me 4.
Yeah. But let me continue with
Outfits, vans, computers, and toilets. Aisle seaters are in shambles right now.
And they're seemingly invulnerable, having been smashed flat, set on fire, and exploded by missiles even inside their own mouths. But also, they're possibly immortal? Kevin here has been around since the dawn of their species, which means Kevin is 3 billion years old.
And their numbers keep increasing. Over 10,000 minions clock into work every day.
And yet, in a real work setting, they'd be fired in minutes.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like a banana, a popsicle, a butt, or anything remotely silly to distract them enough for plans to go off course. But these guys love TikTok.
It's no wonder that, even with thousands of minions at his back, GRU still couldn't cut it as a supervillain. Maybe it was time to hang up the freeze ray for good, but not before taking a chance at his ultimate dream.
Steal the moon!
Easier said than done.
Oh no, really? The moon?
When he couldn't get the shrink ray he needed on his own, GRU required a new, even more despicable weapon.
It was
Children.
summarizing the first movie.
All right, okay. I'm not gonna go too much into that.
They're just summarizing the first movie.
Yeah, but let me see. Let's see
To
what else
become
is-
more powerful than
Eric,
before.
this is what we're
The
talking about.
Mega Minions.
Okay, there
10
we go.
stretches. Dave got super strength. Gus got super strength and flight. Sorry, Dave. Jerry became an indestructible brick monster who eats live bombs. He's my favorite. And Mills' new laser eye can blast through the planet and hit a satellite on the other side in less than a second.
Calculating its speed across the
all
Earth,
the
that's
fantastic
5% the speed of light.
So, Gru's true.
All right.
Or technically
I'm
speaking,
not
like-
gonna lie to you.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. How the fuck Megamind going through all this shit? How the fuck is Megamind? Like the only way,
he has more.
the only way I
Right.
see Megamind beating this is he uses Metro Man's serum. That's the only way.
No,
Yeah.
you know how he's gonna win. Remember,
How?
minions only follow the bad or villain. If they make it to where he's more of a appropriate boss, they might have it to where the minions might just.
I doubt that, bro.
Was it?
I doubt that, bro, because
the minions would probably just have to jump that nigga in order for
Yeah.
like if he takes the Metro Man serum, he's definitely going. The minions is definitely gonna jump that nigga.
yeah, but the thing is, I doubt that the minions are going to side with Megamind because you remember when Groot changed his ways of being bad to good, the minions were still
They
with
follow
him.
suit.
So they're not there for him being bad anymore. They're just there for him because that's Groot. That's their leader.
Father.
No matter what, whether he changes to good or bad, they're gonna stick with him. So I like the idea, Chris, but I don't see them leaving Groot after
Look,
everything they've been
The
through
reason
with
why I
him.
say that, is because this is Death Battle. Death Battle. You feel me?
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. They might pull that, bro.
And they might pull it.
I wouldn't.
Hold on, let me see a little bit more.
Being
of
a
Groot.
villain at all, he's an anti-villain, and he's good at it too. This guy can dodge.
Yeah, this was the
beats,
scene
misses,
right
and
here.
Casually punch
And
out
he
a shark
casually
in one
punches a
shot.
shark.
All because he was in full dad mode.
But the most incredible element here is easy to miss. For billions of years, the minions have had the biological drive to serve the greatest villain they can find. And yet, despite GRU's turn away from villainy, they chose to
Literally what I just said.
serving him. The minions' love for GRU is so strong, it overwrote their primordial genetic code.
They still see greatness in him, even now. After all, Felonious GRU will go to the moon and back to keep his family safe. Wait, Kevin, don't touch that button!
Okay.
Okay, so they won't use that. All right, cool.
Now we're Megamind.
No,
It should be
man.
short.
All
It
you do is
does only
click
have
the
one
button.
movie.
Boom, it's
I'll
gonna
let you
generate a
use the part.
That's
quote.
an ad,
Let's
bro.
listen to
Little
some of this.
ad, bro. Get out of here.
And
It,
immediately
it, it, it depends on because
While
we
Metro
don't really know
Baby landed
what
on a nice and cozy
Megamind
home,
chooses
he caused the
to do.
weird blue kid to crash land in prison and literally grow up behind bars.
What you said, Lamar? I didn't hear you. It was a video.
No, I was saying we don't really know what abilities like Megamind has for like the second movie, so it could more or less be damn near the same. We don't really know. Like,
Yeah. I guess you.
What kind of city government would make the kid stay in jail?
it wasn't as bad as you'd think. He was a perfect fit for the Metrocity prison for the criminally gifted.
Metro City.
But while everyone outside bars loved that new kid who could fly, they weren't too keen on the boy with the big blue head and his constant string of destructive accidents.
So if he was going to be the bad guy no matter what, why not embrace it and become a true supervillain?
Sounds kinda like you. Megamind is a genius inventor, creating weapons to stage prison breaks before he could even talk.
Does sound like me. With a bit of tutoring from Machiavellian in the ways of wrongdoing, he got to work on his
I like how they
crime-starting
added
career,
Bob to like
facing off with his destined rival over and over again.
And Megamind's got everything he needs. An invisible car for getaways, assuming he can find the thing. A hover bike for flying and shooting at the same time, if he can multitask. Lasers, bombs, bubble guns, baseball bats, jet boots, and more galore.
But his go-to is the D again.
And Megamind's got everything at the same time, if he can multitask. Lasers, bombs, bubble guns.
What the Hey, nah.
What happened?
For flying and
What's
shooting at the
bothering you?
same time, if he can multitask. Lasers, bombs, bubble guns.
What the?
That's
What
from the
is this?
show. That's from the show.
Hey,
When he poses as a human,
that is nasty.
Yeah.
That is nasty, bro. What the heck is
like,
this?
he's like something I know, bro.
Like I said, is a show, cheap budget, and they're not.
Who you know, Chris? Who you know, Chris?
You,
Me? Chris, that is you, nigga. Yo, big ass forehead, bro.
you thinking that's you, nigga?
That's you, bro.
That's
Hey,
carbon
we-
copy, bro. Just take off those dreads, bro.
Which is funny
Please,
because he's had a more convincing disguise. They were not trying to be convincing in the show.
That's crazy.
He just had a lot of things in his mind, bro. That's all it was.
Yeah, a lot of
Baseball
things.
He has
Jet
things in his
boots
mind
and
damn near every
more
day. I mean,
galore.
look at his hair.
But his go-to is the D-gun, a laser pistol with various possible effects, such as destroying, decelerating, demoralizing, de-locking, de-gravity thing.
I
Okay.
wouldn't expect a guy calling himself Megamind to have the best name ideas, Wiz. He probably based the entire thing around his favorite
Yeah,
thing.
what about that cube? The gun that makes someone's a cube, and if it doesn't get touched by water, they're just stuck in that.
Yeah, you can use that.
Can he just shoot all of
Doesn't.
it? All right, I want to see. All right, let's get past so we can see the actual
Dehydration,
battle.
which turns people and
No,
objects
he's
into
gonna
tiny
remember
cubes
Drew
for
stop
easy
missiles,
storage.
nigga. He's
Though
gonna
they
dodge
can
that
be
shit.
What?
The minions can't.
Nah, remember GRU was able to dodge missiles, bro. Let's be real.
I said the minions, not group.
Oh, he can't be shooting that all that at once.
Hey, they might jump him.
turn
Doesn't
to
mean you
normal
can't
with
get
a
a few
drop
shots
of
off.
water.
Yeah.
He did keep the whole mind thing running with his horde of henchmen, the brain bots. These mini mechs follow Megamind's every command, even pulling off the most incredible
forgot about
drone
the
show
brain
you've
bots.
ever seen in your life.
I just
Really?
bro, really, bro. That we were literally talking about the
forgot
bots before you even watched this.
No, I'm being so honest. I forgot about
That's
Megamind entirely.
Oh, that's because the brain bots aren't super profitable, and they can make kitty merchandise out of.
Mhm. Yeah, they are.
You don't see a brain bot. You don't see a brain bot sequel movie.
They could have. They could have called it the bots.
Yeah, that would have been great. That would have been great
The
marketing.
director's commentary
Yeah,
is
it
made
would've.
up of over 100,000 brain bots. Though, ironically, I wouldn't call his brain bots, smart. That designation goes to Megamind's proper minion, Minion!
Minion serves many roles for Megamind. Sidekick, guy in
Wait,
the
pause
chair,
the video.
awkward sibling relationship.
What?
Okay, I watched reviews on like the Megamind show. They changed his name.
What the fuck is his name now?
I think it was like still regular name, but his name in the show they changed it from Minion as a way. I think they did because they wanted to differentiate him from the Illumination minions.
So, okay, but dude, did they? All right, the means intelligent is the own part of Megamind's. What?
He has technology.
Minions intelligence is on par with Megamind.
Okay, what they're talking about is the bluefish, dude.
Yeah. Apparently they
Oh, okay, the bluefish is minion. Okay.
His
That's
minions,
his
not
name is
the
Minion.
minions.
Okay,
His name is
okay,
Minion.
That's why
Remember,
that's why they wanted to change his name.
okay.
In the movie, they would say, "Minion, come here, Minion." He's like, Minion be in his feelings and shit.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Despite technically being his pet.
The best fish friend you could have in your plans to kidnap news reporter Roxanne Ritchie to piss off Metro Man for the 19th time this week. Or for the final time. Children, shield your eyes!
He did it! Thanks to his most powerful invention of all, an orbital death ray that could shatter mountains, Metro City's hero had fallen. It was Megamind's time to rule.
And he had no idea what to do next. With Metro Man dead, what was even the point?
Clearly, he needed a new superhero to fight, and apparently, he could just make that happen. With his diffuser gun, he injected this loser with Metro Man's DNA, turning him into Metro Man 2.0, Titan.
Megamind even trained him himself, using his disguise generator and expert acting skills. What a performer! But for all his smarts, Megamind is a terrible judge of character. When Titan turned tyrant, Metrocity needed yet another superhero to save it.
Metro City. Thanks to some encouragement from an old friend, rival, who wasn't actually dead at all and just let all of this happen despite having godlike superpowers.
Yeah.
Thanks to some encouragement from a very experienced friend, Megamind stepped up to the plate.
Hey, he had the moxie for it. Megamind's tanked explosions and dodged electric blasts. Titan was strong enough to toss around a skyscraper, and Megamind put up a solid fight with his mech armor.
A suit specifically designed to mimic the pilot's movements, whether it be lamppost sword fighting, busting a move, or being surprisingly stealthy.
And with quick thinking and some hench help, Megamind taught Titan a lesson he knew all too well. The bad guy always loses.
So the city decided to just forgive Megamind of all his years of terror and destruction and call him the...
It's the best. What? I remember that.
Bro, you guys were crowding him. He didn't know what the frick was going on, bro.
That boy put out the blicky. He's like, I don't know these niggas. I don't know any of these niggas. Who are you people? Who are you people?
Their superhero. I guess they didn't really have any better options.
Hey, Megamind took his new role as the city's hero seriously.
He turned Atlantic Ocean to Jello. What?
That must have been something from the passing. Like he did it before.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're mentioning stuff from the show.
Yeah,
the Doom Squadron was an after. Yeah.
Wow.
Even built a suit that mimicked Metro Man's strength, flight, and X-ray vision.
Now, the D-gun is used to make runaway bad guys lose their balance and get caught. His portal bazooka is excellent for saving people from out-of-control cars. And while the death ray might...
What the heck? He has a lot of...
...have been a hero killer, it's certainly great at blowing up giant evil robots.
And Minion was all for it.
Actually, once they went nice, Minion had to legally change his name to Old Chum because of some other Minion-related thing.
What? You mean the yellow guys?
No, I mean they got a cease and desist from Mr. Minion's Meatsicles.
Sounds delicious. I'm still gonna call him Minion. You can't break up this duo.
Even as Megamind uses his tools for good, destruction still tends to be inevitable. To the point that, as the new mayor of Metro City, and his new partner, Roxanne instated a policy that anyone inconvenienced by a Megamind battle would receive a free cup of coffee. That sounds horrifically ripe for corruption.
So that's why there's so many Starbuckses everywhere. At least the brain bots are covering all the cleanup. It's a messy job being a superhero, but Megamind's finally found his purpose, even saving the city from the Doom Syndicate, which is like 6 of him.
Though not without some self-induced difficulty. You have an instant wind gun on your hip. Use it!
Hey, with girlfriend, sidekick, and adoring fans to keep him going, it doesn't matter what sort of danger comes to town. Megamind will always rise up as the defender of Metrocity.
It's Metro City!
Oh no, these ass, bro.
That's the one. So if you're
Get
a
here,
producer, you can really type in.
That's the one, bro.
I'm gonna just let that nigga know that shit was fucking trash, man. Get the fuck out the.
On the death of possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Let's see if our theory is going to play a factor, Chris.
Alright, let's do it.
Minions, prep the artillery!
Oh, hell no, they don't
Get away!
What kind of budget is this?
That's very rushed.
That is not
That is really rushed.
Nigga, that's gross. Word. Why they got better animations for Megamind, but not for
I'm going to need a new pair of pants. Yes, sir. Sending you
I don't know
the
why.
Sunday best package.
I think it's because they rushed it. They had to rush this model.
Take this!
Ew, bro.
Laser
Megamind looks like a better quality area.
Henchmen who look the same.
Probably because it's easier to get like a Megamind model than it is the GRU. They have to make
you
their
are
own.
suddenly a real supervillain.
Gru don't even look as big. What the fuck?
Right?
Oh, Sonic.
You're just missing one thing. And what might that be? Presentation!
Okay.
Minions, assemble and start the music.
Oh, not them dancing, bro.
Oh, check that mark in the morning. No, hey, we just fixed that. Come on, sir, smash him. Oh, hey, that's kind of cute. You dare challenge Megamind in my own monstrosity? Do you even know who I am? Well, life is full of disappointments. Hey!
You're not really playing the game right. You're supposed to...
Banana. Oh no.
Now, as you like to say, Gun! If you're going to steal my lines, at least do it properly.
See? Damn.
Okay.
Oh no,
Okay,
what?
Thank you for the help.
Minion, is the death ray ready? Approaching. Getting there. Almost. Kinda. Maybe. On the way. Yes.
Fire!
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
You're gonna use the minion this shit.
Yeah. And it's strong enough to beat it. It's strong enough to beat it too, but he should have died in that explosion.
Hell yeah.
Remember this, villain! The good guys always win! This is how it's really done! Dehydration gun! Villain!
Nah, he used one of the, he used the minions, bro.
Oh, wait a minute. This is all a big misunderstanding. Huh? Oh, work is going to kill me for this.
Oh.
He killed him with his own weapon.
I guess that's 2 for GRU, 0 for Will Ferrell.
With so many chaotic factors in this fight, it can get...
Wait a minute.
That
Okay.
was actually really fun.
That was really fun. I like the way they had to integrate everything from the movies, right? But why didn't they use the suit, the Metro Man suit that they were talking about?
Because they won't do that.
What? Why talk about it if you're not gonna use it in the video?
I mean, that's
They literally said they literally say he made a suit that matches Metro Man's speed, strength, and abilities, and they did not give it to him at all.
Right, but you
Am I
gotta
missing
remember
something
this is
here?
Death Battle. Yes, you're forgetting this is Death Battle, bro.
Oh my god.
That was a little
Death Battle's
anticlimactic, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
Usually when they mention something, they will have the character do it.
Yeah.
No, not all the time they do.
Dude, bro, 99.999% of the time, yes, they do.
Well, clearly you see here, right?
Is that 1%?
Bruh, they mentioned the suit and they talk about the series later, but you have to remember they have to start it off as if they're in the same universe or the same continuity. So they're gonna start off as, you know, they're thinking that they're both villains. They're both villains and shit.
No, but like, okay, so you can't just add everything from Despicable Me from 1 to 4 and not add everything that Megamind has from 1 2 in the show.
Mm.
Can't do that. That's just being picky. At that point, you basically favoring one over the other versus giving them the options in the fight.
In
But don't they be
fairness,
doing that in fairness?
they have. You'll have multiple versions. They'll do death battles with the same character and then bring up other things they've done, even though some of these things they're not mentioning was always there. They just now choosing to mention it during this fight.
Let's see the reasoning. I want to see the reason why.
Get overwhelming trying to keep track of them all.
So we'll break it down 3 ways: arsenal, minions, and skill.
In terms of weapon versatility, Megamind definitely had much more to use. The D-gun alone had enough effects to match what GRU could do with nearly his whole kit. Throw in disguise generators, invisible cars, portal bazookas, and it's a lot for GRU.
See, he didn't use the portal bazooka. That didn't happen. He barely used anything in his the only thing he used with the gun was to turn him into a cube and disintegrate, right?
Yes.
But he had other dowels on there that he didn't use.
They used
one problem.
They used his freaking boss to form a giant version of him.
That's the only thing they did,
Megamind
though.
might have had variety, but GRU's weaponry was far stronger in scope. Sure.
All right. How can they say far stronger in scope when they didn't use it? Most of the stuff that GRU had, they barely used. He used, well, all right, when he's rapid firing the guns, right? Mm-hmm. I guess you could say he used like most of his weaponry, but Megamind was just dodging it. And that's another thing that they were inconsistent with. They never said Megamind was fast enough to dodge ray beams. But yet he was dodging it like it was nothing. Well, I guess that was the comedy part of it, I guess.
Megamind's death ray could blow up a mountain, but GRU's shrink ray could take out the moon.
And is much easier to...
Okay. That's another thing. You're comparing destruction to what a gun's ability does.
You gotta remember they did this for remember the Goku and Superman, bro. At that point, like I told you before, when it comes to death battle, when it comes to their videos, I'm just expecting the unlikelihood at this point. It doesn't surprise me.
Wow. And then, how can they even say that's a factor when Megamind was literally dodging every gunshot that GRU threw at him? But yet they were saying, but in the beginning they were showing the feats of GRU dodging missiles, but they don't talk about Megamind being able to dodge anything. Nope. Like, come on, bro.
Use on top of it. Frankly, much of Megamind's deadliest weaponry would have little effect anyway.
Check this out.
What? Little effect on the minions, but a lot of effect on GRU. GRU is human.
I was about to say that GRU is a regular nigga.
Yeah. Bro, come on, man.
Unless they shielded him, there's no way he should have survived that.
What they said here. Machiavelli used Megamind's binky to destroy a meteor with a 10-mile diameter. However, the moon has a diameter of 2,100 miles, proving GRU's weaponry has a much higher scale of effect.
Because he meant the shrink ray, even though that wasn't even his. He had to steal the shrink ray.
But look, though. Continue the video, please.
Ray, he triggered a missile trap so explosive it created a mushroom cloud. Based on the size of the blast, that's about 4 kilotons of TNT. And
okay,
they're using this as an explanation on how you survive the death ray. Even though the death ray had more devastating effect.
Yeah, you really have to suspend your disbelief for this shit. I'm not gonna lie,
which is fair. Both are very cartoony.
Yeah, both are very cartoony. The thing that gets me about this, right, is that the beam that Megamind had was on a larger scale than what that was showing. And when he used the minion to clash, but he did it at the last minute, right, in point blank face. How do you save yourself when the explosion is still on you?
You got to remember the difference between that is the death beam from Megamind is more concentrated as opposed to this.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. This is a smaller scale.
Yeah, but
when a larger scale exploded in front of his face.
Right, but in this scene, they're trying to compare that. The reason why he was able to survive his beam was because his beam is more like a centered beam versus this that you see right here. This
That's
is like a giant.
Bro, this is concentrated, bro. It's gonna hit nothing but him.
If you're dropping a nuke around anything, everybody around the area is getting boomed too. The fact that there's multiple.
I don't care about the collateral damage that it does. I'm talking about the damage.
Yeah, but that's what they're carrying.
Collateral.
All right,
They care about collab.
No, all right. So I'm talking about damage because, like I said before, the beam clash exploded
Right.
in front of his face. Like it was there. It wasn't even a whole thing where they did a beam clash and it's far away. No, the beam clash exploded in Groot's face. There was no blocking that. It literally hit him.
Right. But you see, they didn't see it like that. That's why he knew to dodge it.
At him from point blank range.
Shockingly, that's about 38 times greater than Megamind's
I knew
orbital.
I knew it, bro. Like that's what they're going for.
That explosion barely even touched the block. How?
Bro, like I told you before, bro. This is why I don't watch them no more, because it's like they don't go based off of the damage. They're going to go based off of how the effect of the damage affected everything around them. That's why certain characters, like for example, the Goku or Superman fight, you know what I'm saying? All this other extra shit that they be talking about, fucking TNTs. At that point, that's when you throw me off, bro. I'm not cool.
Again, I get them doing this as a comparison. You do that when comparison to like people's survivability, but this is just really extreme.
Yeah, it is.
Just
Death ray.
That's why.
And Groot
I don't
kind of
really
just
take this
walked it off. Megamind's mecha suit could take big hits like that.
See this right here. They didn't even use them. They did not add that in there. Like, all right, forget the Metro Man suit. The fact that you did not add that in there, but you literally added everything from Despicable 1 to 4. Like, come on, man. You didn't even give Megamind a fighting chance.
Megamind himself?
They, like I said, I think I mentioned earlier that they said that, that one of the things about Megamind, like, 2 in, like, the TV show or whatever, apparently to them, he just didn't do shit. So there's not really much to scale it than the first movie. To them,
not really, no. He really do much. It was a bunch of goofy nonsense.
Yeah, wow. So so even then, because even some of the clips they were showing, like, you know, because Megamind had like games and like other stuff, so and like comics apparently. But point being is that even from the first movie, they barely even did anything with it.
They mentioned the suit he used twice. In the beginning of the show, he has it, and at the end, they show survivability. But he, like Demetrius kept saying, we never even saw him call it. Minion didn't summon it to him.
Nope.
So they just wanted this fight to be very concentrated.
Yeah.
Have a hard time blowing him up, but he can still dehydrate him, disintegrate him, freeze him, or even just turn off his gravity and send him flying into space, right?
Sure, though GRU does have some similar weaponry. As far as arsenal is concerned, GRU could take out Megamind through sheer firepower, but Megamind could potentially counter with the D-Gun's effects. It's a whoever shoots first wins situation. Their arsenals match up fairly evenly.
But these guys aren't alone. Let's cover GRU's minions and Megamind's minions.
1-to-1, one of GRU's minions was certainly more likely to take out a brainbot. Sure, minions may have the attention span of an iPad kid, but they can effortlessly hack, dismantle, and rewire most machines, like, you know, Megamind's brainbots.
And they just won't die! Certainly nothing the brainbots have can take them out. For all we know, the minions may be completely indestructible.
To be fair, maybe one brainbot doesn't stand a chance against one minion, but there are far more brainbots than minions in total.
Okay, so this is where it kind of, like, okay, we're still talking about inconsistencies, because I remember in Megamind 2, the minions were getting captured. So yes, in a sense, they cannot be defeated by death, but they can be defeated by you imprisoning them.
Yeah.
So but they can break out.
Yes, but
that's if they have something to break out with. Yeah.
Yes, you can still lock them up, give them the opportunity to collect items. Yeah, they can assemble, but that just still means I still could find them.
You can combine them, but you got to remember these are minions. They, if anything. Let's say you do lock them up. They're all going to find a way to be able to break out since they can't really hurt themselves. They could just punch the gate for something, you know. The minions would just be minions.
The minions are, so that's the thing. The minions, when it comes to the minions in groups, they're really strong, but individually they're not. They're just indestructible plushies.
And they have a lot, and they're big in number.
They're big in numbers, so when minions are together, they do damage. But if you separate them, like you see how they were taking the minions one by one, and everybody was in that movie. The minions were wondering like, why are our numbers dwindling? But they never bat an eye about it. Just kept doing their regular shit. So you can defeat the minions by capturing them, but that's the thing. When he said that, when he said the amount of minions that Megamind has versus them 10,000 compared to 100K, that's a jump. That's a JJK session, bro. Like,
yeah, but you also have to remember, you have to look at it from his point of his, i.e. Megamind's point of view. He's trying to take him out with him instead of trying to capture them. If he went for a capture route, then yeah, he probably would have more of a chance. But because of the fact that he's trying to attack them, it was pointless. It was futile.
All right, so I could accept Groot beating Megamind in the sense of the minions, but when it comes to everything else, they're pretty even, you know. So, but the thing that I hate is that they did not give my boy everything in his kit. They did.
The thing is, if you didn't mention the different armors he had, I would have no issue unless we brought it up. But you mentioned it multiple times
and did not put it in a fight.
But they did the same thing with my boy Goku, so I'm not expecting anything else.
You keep bringing up that fight for the love of everything.
No, bro, because they deadass gave the same power skill from Super Saiyan 1 to goddamn Super Saiyan 2, nigga.
Bro,
I still remember that shit.
Bro, with that fight, it didn't matter where or not. I'm not going to get off topic. I'm just going to say, like, Superman vs. Goku, we already know how it's going to go.
Times more, and the Brainbots are a much more organized and focused unit.
Compared to the vanilla minions, maybe, but the Mega Minions are strong enough to rip and chop through metal like wet paper. Aunt Mel's got a history of destroying satellites with a laser beam strong enough to cut through the Earth, so it's bye-bye Death Ray.
But we can't ignore the most competent minion of them all, Minion, or Megamind's minion, Old Chum.
He's way more competent than Dr. Navario, can operate all the tech like the mech suit used to fight Titan, and can match Megamind's brains and style beat for beat. Remember that whole presentation bit in the movie? Yeah, that.
It's the fact that old chum, didn't even come. He didn't even come in the fight using the mecha suit thing. Why are they? Oh my god, I just can't with this, bro. I can't with this.
It's not like he was organizing or operating the bot to assist Megamind. He was just watching everything.
Hey, give this video a like and subscribe.
Yo,
wasn't Megamind, that was Minion.
While Megamind's army lacks the power of, say, the Mega Minions, having a second in command who's just as smart and capable as him makes up for it, making a battle of their underlings too close to call.
So, if neither of them has a clear edge in weaponry or their henchmen, what matters most isn't the tools themselves, but how good or bad they are at using them. It all comes down to skill.
Both GRU and Megamind have their share of less than genius moments and bad luck, but even in the face of things gone wrong, GRU tends to fail upwards, still ultimately completing his missions, unlike Megamind, who tends to fail much harder before he learns how to succeed.
And we love him for it. It's not like GRU has to put up with Elvis Superman, but even during their villain phases, GRU found some success, unlike Megamind,
who also has a bad...
You cannot do that comparison, bro. He's literally going up a version of Superman, bro. Versus GRU going up against wannabe villains, bro. Come on, man. You cannot compare that, dude.
But they did.
That's like me. That's like saying freaking. It's like Batman versus his hero gallery versus Lex Luthor going against Superman, bro. You can't compare that, bro.
But look, though, Batman will still win, though. That's the crazy part.
But you're basing someone's loss rate off of a god tier character,
hey,
that they're going against, bro. How do you compare that?
Listen, sometimes you just gotta fight apples and peaches, bro.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Habit of not using his weapon effectively.
See, the difference would be that this isn't eating with apples and peaches. This is like apples and dragons, nigga.
Unfortunately, this is the reality, bro. This is what they declare.
That's a totally different
never
thing.
using the D gun against the Doom Syndicate, either because he can get easily flustered or he just loves showing off. So it's more likely GRU could succeed in a whoever shoots first wins quick draw situation with their arsenals.
Quick draw is right. Megamind dodge an electric blast is impressive, clocking in around half the speed of sound.
But it pales in comparison.
Okay, so they did talk about him dodging electric. Okay, I gotcha.
To GRU piloting hypersonic ships into space and dodging heat-seeking missiles at Mach 10, meaning he is fast enough to win that quick draw. GRU takes skill, which finally tips the scales. After a nail-biting back and forth, he has just enough to land the winning blow first, more often than not.
Sorry, Megamind. I think you losing was a atrocity.
It's Metro's... I trust... The winner is Felonious GRU.
Death battle, bro. Like, you seen what they literally did to get Megamind, as if he couldn't dodge it either. Why would he set the gun to disintegrate, knowing he could? You know what I'm saying? There's other things he could have done. Like they said, he could have. He
didn't expect to get this arm.
Come on, let's be real. It was asphalt. We all know it.
Chris, are you gonna like lock your weapon even though it's in your hand?
Yes, if I'm fighting someone competent, yeah. Remember,
that's what I'm saying. What, mind you, was simple because they don't have a lot, bro. They don't have a lot of lore or any of that, bro. They just had like Despicable Me just has like 4 movies. Megamind has 2 in the show, bro. Like how much?
So wait. They have 6 movies, 4 for GRU and 2 for the. And you had like 2 additional movies for the Minions.
Yeah. I mean, right.
Point being is that there's not that much to really.
They do with Megamind. He had He had 2 movies, a show, and they used some panels from a comic.
What I'm saying is, there's not much to do with any of the characters because they're not comic book or lore characters. Like they're just entertaining characters, like kid.
They're borderline gag characters.
Is that that's the word I was looking for.
I'm just saying, bro. Don't be surprised, bro.
Yeah. Hey guys, look.
And probably because of the fact that they're gag characters, it probably makes it harder to really like do a fight with them without just making that shit like comedic as fuck.
Yeah. Hey guys, I hope you guys liked the death battle video. You know, we were always here to serve you that entertainment.
We are entertainers at heart.
Yes, sir. Tune into when we upload this.
Yeah,
shit like that for the stream and shit like that.
Look, always remember to like, subscribe, comment, share the video, share it to your mom, your dad, sister, cousin, your grandma, grandpa, grandpappy, your dog. Like, help the channel out, bro. We always try to improve.
Neighbors, whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Share our videos out.
Yeah, we always trying to improve. LVC, Level Up Chronicles. Peace.
Be safe.